welcome back to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. Tange Game 9 between Western Australia and South Australia. I'm Eric Brook, and alongside me, Simon Ginting. Simon, hello.
Hello, Eric. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon for South Australia, WA. We just saw a pretty good game from WA versus Queensland in the Ginsberg. But so let's see what happens with the Tange.
Absolutely. Now, we've already seen the South Australian Tange team in action once this morning already, and that was a fantastic game. But WA, they're here. They had a big game against Victoria yesterday afternoon. This pace will probably suit them. These two teams are fairly evenly matched, so we'll see what happens between the two of them. And let's have a look at the goaltender situation for South Australia. We can see at the moment that they have the choice between Zach Murphy and Amelia Knott. Now, Amelia Knott is a female goaltender who has played for the Adelaide Rush in the AWIHL. She's also played in the Boxall tournament as well, and is a fantastic goaltender. Zach Murphy started this morning. Amelia started against the ACT, and having a look at WA, Marcus Henderson on screen at the moment for WA, and Tay Sai is currently stretching out in front of the central commentary position at the moment. So great options all round for both of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Having a dependable goalkeeper is obviously a key to having an effective core. It's obviously not the be-all, end-all. We saw that with the Ginsberg ACT goalie being fantastic goalie, but wasn't getting a lot of support, unfortunately. So they went down a fair bit. So there's 5 players on the ice, and all 6, with the goalie, and there's 6. So effectively, there's 6 defenders.
Absolutely right, Simon. So we're just moments away now from the start in this game. Tange to finish us off this afternoon, and what is going to be a fantastic game. Lots of individual stars up and down the ice from both teams. So we're about to put 15 minutes on the big clock. So Henderson looks like to be the most aggressive one in the warm-up right at centre ice at the moment. So I'm predicting Henderson will start. Having a look at the South Australian bench, lots to like about their performances as well during this tournament. Having a look now at the WA bench.
Definitely, they had South Australia had a pretty dominant performance over New South Wales, winning 7-2 this morning. So I expect that, even with having played, they should still be pretty dominant.
I was surprised about that scoreline. I was expecting it to be a bit closer than that.
Agreed.
But it's a good warm up for South Australia for this afternoon. So we have today, we have tomorrow, and we have Sunday. So a big weekend of hockey coming up here between the Tange U18 and the Ginsberg U13 tournaments. And so we're just moments away here onto the ice for WA. We have the Shearer brothers. And we also have Susha, who's been fantastic for them as well, and Kolov. And starting for South Australia, I see Mickey Noddles up front with Nikita Lara, and also Daniel Kadelka back on there Luca Loria, and taking in is Trinka will be taking the face off for South Australia. We're underway, and it goes all the way straight through for Murphy. Cafe corner. It will come all the way touched on the way through, so no icing applies. Safety first there by Henderson. With 12 seconds gone, Simon, we know who both goalies are.
Yes. First touch, one shot on goal counts. That actually shot. It wouldn't have been icing anyway because it was on goal, even if it hadn't been touched.
So 12 seconds gone. Opening face-off for South Australia. Just trying to stay down here. Back now, Lauria just happy to dump it in towards Zamboni corner. Kolav trying to work it out towards corporate corner in the door of doom. Kept in the zone by South Australia. Heavy contact there. Trinker, the WA bench in my right hand here. Really enjoyed that one. Mickey Noddle probably avoided a good hit there. It was probably better for Noddle that he avoided that hit. South Australia wrap around the tip by Trinker. Flung out of the sock by WA. And then I'll come all the way back now for Von Endenham. Just settling the puck down. Murphin. Back now for Daniel Kadelka. Getting around one, getting around two. He probably moved a metre in either direction, but he avoided two players.
Yeah.
Back in towards neutral ice. Gavin was busy this morning. Coming up now, sending it wide for WA was Sam Lamb. So we've got a Lamb and two Shearers for WA. I don't know how I feel about that. Back in the neutral ice we go. That'll come all the way down. Got to save something towards the end of the tournament. Heavy contact up against the boards underneath the central commentary position. Back now for Haslam. Across in traffic was Reader. Reader's been good for WA. Going up the left-hand side, South Australia. We'll come back now for West. Rather appropriate at the West place for Western Australia.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there.
I've been there a couple of times. Back now, left-hand side, trying to get out of the Western Australian zone. Malcolm Smith and Reader. Malcolm Smith, the solo representative of Hyphen squad on this team. Coming across now for Malcolm Smith. Almost out of the zone now via Ross. Back near the Western Australian bench, and in fact, over the Western Australian bench and out of play.
Some real good physicality from both teams. Both teams aren't afraid to hit. I feel like particularly WA are trying to put a little bit more body. Looking at it, South Australia seem to have slightly larger players, but WA are matching it for physicality.
Neutral zone face-off near the WA bench, won by WA. Ross under some pressure there. Turnover, opportunity for Nikita Lauria. Back on the half wall on the far side. WA trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Daniel Kadelka having to turn and chase now. Has some options. Tapped on to Nikita Lauria. It's looking to go straight and forward. Ross finds that ice is slippery. Entering the zone now. Nikita Lauria trying to squeeze through and did squeeze through a couple. But WA taking over now via Malcolm Smith. Malcolm Smith busy, hyphenated, not first name, last name. That will come back down. Western Australia, that could have been an unfortunate turnover for WA. Cleared out, deflected high, and out of play. Ty Malcolm Smith, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering.
Always makes me nervous when people throw that puck in front of the net. It's sort of a cardinal rule that you don't do that.
Don't throw it in front of your own house.
Yes.
Actually, I might keep on using that. It's a good one. Don't throw it in front of your own house. Back now, WA clearing it out of their own defensive zone. Easton Shearer now. Pressure by Gavin. Going the correct way there. Shearer trying to clear it out. WA. South Australia applying pressure. Gavin can't get a handle on it. And Song. Get it back to neutral ice. Kadelka of the Gabriel variety. And that will come back now for Reader. Reader at his defensive end. Under some pressure there, Ben Shearer in corporate corner. Centering pass, trying to find Gavin. Couldn't quite connect. Gavin centering, trying to connect with somebody else. Couldn't. Gavin again. I've been like a little Energizer bunny. Here's Reader. Gavin still trying to get the puck, even though he was falling on the ground. Battle up against the boards. Gavin near the door of doom. And Western Australia look to clear it out. They spent too much time down here, Shearer. And here's Easton Shearer. Cross-ice pass entering the zone for Captain Susha. Loses the handle. Comes back. Line change now for WA. That'll come all the way back now. Reader reversing the angle of the attack. Mickey Noddle's been impressive. Hong entering the zone. Nikita Lauria in front. It was a good opportunity. If someone able to bank that one home for South Australia. Kept in the zone via Trinker. Back now Nikita Lauria. Fires, and a good save there by Henderson.
Lovely play by Nikita Lauria. Just manages to get outside of his man and just fires a quick shot.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. WA haven't registered a shot yet in almost 5 minutes of play. Gives you some idea of how much time they've been spending their opposition's half. Heading into the attacking zone now, South Australia, that they've been down seemingly the whole 5 minutes so far. Just kept in the zone by Daniel Kadelka in a Zamboni corner. Nikita Loria firing wide. No action required there by Henderson, but he was ready to. In the corner, Zamboni corner, Kadelka. Back in a neutralise. Here's an opportunity for Haslam. But Luca Loria back with it has got Mickey Noddle for company. Just reverses the angle of the attack off the goal frame. Almost caused a turnover here. Haslam was waiting for it there and thereabouts. And that will come back into neutral ice on the left-hand side for South Australia, going for a skate. And that will come back for icing. 9:33 remaining in the first, 0-0.
Yeah, Telfer working really hard to get there quick just before the rampaging South Australian, so just to seal the icing there.
Attacking zone face-off coming up in towards Cafe Corner. Simon, how was the soup?
It was excellent. For those not in the know, I had the rink has started selling soup, so it was fantastic.
It's been a very cold week here in Newcastle. So Daniel Kadelka now clearing it out on the left-hand side, all the way around one, crossing all the lines, trying to cross the third line. Just manages to loses possession. Ross with it. Clears it out, Zamboni corner, Malcolm Smith, funky bounce off the boards. Here's Gaveen. Gaveen fires, flung into the corner there by Henderson. Up against the boards, clearing it out. On the right-hand side, all the way back down. Ross battling, not in good position as it turned up. South Australia much better position. Kadelka back now for West. Trying to clear it is Ross. Intended target, Malcolm Smith in some traffic on the left-hand side. Could have been possibly a trip there. Play continues in the slot. Can't get a handle on that one. Reader now does. Flings it into Cafe Corner. South Australia trying to clear it out. Give themselves a bit of breathing space. West is standing on the blue line. West, Gaveen now. Gaveen in a foot race, but Reed is in good position. Near the WA bench now. It will come back for Easton Shearer. Centering, entering the zone, splitting the tee, firing, and Susha. Wowee. He split the tee. I don't know how he did it, but he showed speed. And Captain Susha, celebrations here. Salute the team, Captain Susha.
So just that vision to get that past the Susha, and it just run straight through the middle. And yeah, somehow managed to split 2D.
The team should be saluting him after that.
Yeah. Better sequence from WA. They were looking threatening for quite a little while in that last couple of shifts, so it pays off.
Fun fact, Simon, that was their first shot on goal.
Yeah.
Back now, right-hand side, Mickey Noddle looking to promote it in, battling against Easton Shearer. They certainly did that a lot during the free. That will come back for Cole. I've got a bit of opportunity down the right-hand side. Just happy to fling it in. No action required there by Murphin. Up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. It's Noddle again. Noddle in around one. Finds some support. Can't pull the trigger there. Western Australia bench very excited about that one. 1-0 in favour of WA. Up against the boards. The puck just needs to continue to move to the satisfaction of our officials. It'll come all the way back now. And that'll come back now for Luca Loria. Line change coming up for South Australia. South Australia going down the left-hand side. Good situational awareness. Kolov entering the zone. He's got Lamb for company. Kolov driving the net off the side. Puck still alive. Puck still free. Cleared to the slot urgently by South Australia. And that will come all the way back down. And it'll come back now for Tefler. Tefler with it up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Flung out. All the way back down. Boats coming back into the harbour and into the wharf for WA. Here's Lamb. Crosses the line now. Lamb pressured there by Gaveen. Into the corner near Cafe Corner. clear it out in the skate high corner. Gabriel Kudelka up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Here comes Song now. Song gets sent wide there. Good work there by Reader. Wide, no action required, Henderson. 6:23 remaining. Hung centering pass into neutral ice. Flung in by South Australia, and that will come back just for icing.
Some excellent pressure by WA. I think the balance has shifted. Definitely, it was all South Australia to begin with, but weren't able to capitalise, and WA are starting to put on the pressure, and as a bonus, they actually have a goal.
So they got themselves a goal that their Ginsberg team couldn't get. They were so unlucky, the WA Ginsberg team, in that last game that was immediately before this. Now, hang on, what's going on here? So he's been asked to put a net guard on. So Susha coming back onto the ice for WA, maybe to question the situation here. So the goalie there in Murphins was sent back to the bench. We'll have a look at this as soon as we can and find out exactly what's going on as soon as we can. Both referees are over there explaining the situation to the South Australian bench. The penalty box doors at the moment are closed and the net is empty for South Australia. Now, is this going to be a case of just put your net guard on and it's all good? No. Amelia not coming into net now. This is interesting, Simon.
Yeah, very interesting.
So we're hearing that it's equipment related. Sometimes it's a case of you don't have time to fix your equipment, so it's a case of calling the backup in. So it is the net guard. So everyone's been told in Ice Hockey Australia land about net guards, including goalie Simon.
Yeah, I mean, at this age, they grew up with net guards. It's been a thing for juniors for forever and a day, so it's something that should be automatic.
So there will be a penalty against South Australia for illegal equipment. Adams will be serving it. Goalie obviously can't serve it. So very, very interesting. Adams will be serving the penalty. WA power play and Amelia not in net for South Australia now. While that gets rectified, it'll be interesting to see how long Knott stays out there for. Centering pass now. Koloff now with it. Centering. Here comes Reader now. Reader dumping it off. Under some pressure here, Ben Shearer. Shearer. The puck's free very, very briefly, but well held there by Knott, called straight into action.
Nervous moments for Nod. It was just sliding through that 5-hole, but she was able to close it very quickly.
Attacking zone face-off. There's been 22 seconds of the power play so far for WA. Penalty against Murphy for illegal equipment. That will come back. Koloff did very well to keep it in the attacking zone for WA. That'll come all the way back down, sending Reader for a chase. And that's no icing on the penalty kill. Zamboni corner. Koloff back now for Reader. He's got options left and right. It will come back down towards the right-hand side. Entering the zone, Susha up against the boards with Daniel Kudelka near the South Australian bench. Centering, Reader fires, got a lot of it. Not, it was certainly high. Well saved again, Not. South Australia need to clear it out, and that will come all the way back down. No icing on the penalty kill. 40 seconds off the penalty remaining. Western Australia are on the power play for the next 40 seconds. They've got options left and right via Reader. Just having a drop pass. Intended to target possibly Ben Shearer. Koloff entering the zone now. Cross-ice pass with Lamb. Connected but not on target. Great opportunity in front. Ben Shearer there for the tap on. Well saved, Not. And the reverse goalie change as Murphy has fixed the equipment and Knott comes back off.
Excellent performance from Knott there. It's always hard coming in as a cold goalie and then face a power play.
So our executive producer Michael's just asked us in our ears, is that a shutout for Knott? Backfires all the way back down. That's a interesting question, that one. 4:28 remaining, because of course Knott wasn't on the ice for that goal. On a very, very small sample size, but she was still under pressure for the time she was on the ice, and I welcome the question. Back now, cleared out all the way back down. Safety first, 5 seconds of the power play remaining, and that will come back now, and they'll try and clear it out, this time on their right-hand side. Back to 5-on-5 hockey, and Adams can come out of the penalty box, having served that penalty on Murphin's behalf. Up against the boards towards corporate corner. Reinforcements arrive in the form of Reader. Reader looks to clear it out. There's lots of ice to play with. They're behind the defence, but Gabriel Kadelka was there. Up against the boards. Susha now has come back into the action, getting sent wide. Daniel Kadelka with it. Up against the boards, right underneath the central commentary position. This is how close we are to the action. Puck needs to continue to move. Ross there, Kadelka. Amongst others, it's actually easier to watch the screen in front of me at the moment. Noddle's in there as well. Clear out now. And here comes Kadelka of the Daniel variety. Pocket pick. Susha with a breakaway opportunity. Susha fires. Got enough on it, and it was good work there as the net's come off its moorings. It was great work back there at both ends of the ice.
Strong movement from Susha there to drive towards the net. Almost grabbed himself a goal. Another goal.
Attacking zone face-off coming up here for WA to the right-hand side of Murphin. Trying to clear it out. South Australia battle in the slot there. Mickey Noddle with an opportunity. Does clear it out, and we know Noddle's got some speed. He's up against Jenner. Jenner now 3 minutes remaining in the period. It'll come up against the board. Nikita Lauria up against the boards, trying to clear it out. Firing from distance, Zamboni corner. No action required there by Henderson, who hasn't had a lot of work, Simon, to do over the last couple of minutes. Back now for Trinka. Up against the boards, Lamb getting involved as well. Kept in the zone by Luca Lauria. Getting around one, spins out of the hit from West. Luca Lauria still on the attack now, up against the boards, right behind the net. Henderson has to get turned left and right. And South Australia, they've equalised now. They managed to get Henderson to move left and right, and that's exactly what they did. And it's Luca Lauria.
Yeah, it's just that uncertainty, and then Luca was just able to come forward and quickly shovel it back in and caught Henderson just out. Yeah, just looked like she was going the other way.
Sort of reminds me of that carnival game with the ducks, and you hit it and the duck goes the other way, then you hit it and the duck goes the other way. Don't even know if you're allowed to do that anymore. Back now, South Australia, it's 1-1 with 2:22 remaining in the first period. Telfer flings it in towards Cafe Corner. It will come back now for South Australia. Back in towards neutral ice we go. It'll come back to Telfer. Manages to clear it in despite the attention there of Song and Gavin. South Australia looking to clear it out. Switching the angle of the attack up against the boards. There are 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Western Australia looking to stay down here. Ross up against the board. Clearing up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Malcolm Smith there amongst others. Back in towards neutral ice. And it will come back now for Colove, left-hand side. Neutral ice. Gavin busy. Malcolm Smith, turnover, flung in there by South Australia as they come off for a change. 90 seconds remaining in the period. Looking to clear it out. WA on the attack again. Coming in via West. West just happy to dump in. Coming off for a change. South Australia got a lot of ice to work with. Walks towards the left-hand side. Nikita Lauria now entering the zone. Splits a couple, Susha and Easton Shearer. Looking for a parking spot. Walking the line, Daniel Kadelka. Gloria Luca Variety. The puck's free. And the puck is no longer free. There is just under 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Yeah, Henderson had to work really hard. That puck was free for quite a while, and it seemed to bobble everywhere. Could have been anyone's, but fortunately for WA, Henderson was able to regather.
Attacking zone face-off coming up. Trinker will take it. So the referee's just coming over. Another neck guard issue possibly here, just getting adjusted. So I dare say that'll be a warning, especially while you're on the bench. Make sure you have your neck guards on at all times. Attacking zone face-off coming up for South Australia. Under a minute remaining. Applying the pressure, Trinker trying to clear it out. Zamboni corner. Short break coming up in just under a minute. WA looking to clear it out. They do back in towards neutral ice. Tapped on there by Mickey Noddle. It'll come back now for Reader. Reader now trying to find some support on the left-hand side. It'll come back now for Daniel Kadelka. Daniel Kadelka with it, left-hand side. Tried to find Trinker, couldn't quite connect. Here's Reader, 27 seconds remaining. Ben Shearer for Trinker. Trinker now. That'll come all the way back down into Zamboni corner. Noddle has it, tapped it back in. It will come back now for West with 10 seconds remaining. One last chance possibly for WA. They're going on the right-hand side now, firing from distance. Wide from Murphin. And that will be it for the first period. Simon, a very entertaining period. 1 goal apiece and shots fairly even, favouring WA 8-7.
Yeah, and there's not a lot in it. Both players, teams are playing quite intense hockey. Lots of pace, lots of physicality. It's only 1 goal apiece. Lachlan Susha assisted by Kobe Huang for WA's first goal, and then Luca Loria was able to nod it up, unassisted. So we have a tied game. So I don't know what to expect. Expect more in this after this short break. Both teams really want it.
And I dare say, Simon, the word will be being spread here to make sure you got your neck guards on.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Sometimes, picked up kids that have forgotten to put them on. But as I said, that in those junior levels, they've been wearing neck guards forever and a day. So it should be something that's front and foremost when you're getting dressed.
And back onto the WA bench after a quick look at the South Australian bench here. Needless to say, Simon, very, very calm. There's still 30 minutes on the clock. It's tied. Nobody's going for a drive to the mountains yet. Don't know which direction we're going in.
Yeah, definitely anyone's game. There is a lot of hockey left.
30 minutes in stop time's a lot.
Yep.
So just talking tactics at both ends of the ice. And we've got another Tange battle after this to see us out for today. I will warn you, Simon, just in case you're unaware, I seem to have a run of shootouts for my last games of the day.
Okay. Looking forward to we've seen some absolute bangers of shootouts, though. A lot in the Boxall.
I think from memory there were 5 in Boxall, including 3 in a race. And now sometimes, because they tend to alternate the age group, sometimes until you actually have a look at the stats, you may not realise because they may not run concurrently.
Yes.
And then you look back at the stats and then you think, there were actually 3 shootout games in a row in Boxall, the women's tournament that was won by Queensland. The DeFreeze U15 tournament was won by New South Wales.
And it remains to see who will win the Tange.
Who will win the Tange, indeed? That is the question. We're nowhere
Ginsberg.
near deciding that, and nowhere near deciding Ginsberg. Back to centre ice. Susha against Trinker. It eventually leaves the face-off circle. We'll come back now for WA towards Cafe Corner. Left-hand side, clearing it out. It will be left for Luca Loria now. He's got Daniel Kadelka for company on the left-hand side towards Zamboni Corner. Daniel Kudelka now. We know he's got wheels already. Looking across all the lines, and he does so. Loses possession. Ben Shearer taps it on briefly. Just going backwards now. Finding Kolov has been good. Right-hand side. Just going left and right. Cafe corner. Now they clear it out. Finding Easton Shearer. Now they look to clear it out. WA. Kolov around a couple. Trying to get around Trinker. Trinker's a big battle. Trinker gets good position. Easton Shearer, Trinker. Trinker with the backhanded shovel, finding Mickey Noddle. Mickey Noddle's explosive, fires it in. Back for Nikita Laurier. Up against the boards. 1-1 the score. And it will come back WA trying to clear it out of their own end, giving themselves an opportunity to score. Tapped on Easton Shearer. Susha ready to dump it in and go for a chase in towards corporate corner. Line change coming up for WA. Big thuds that we heard from here. Opportunity there for Reader in some open ice, but Gavin was there. Getting sent wide, just happy to try and get away from the defence that was coming across. Opportunities that's going up and down the ice. Reader squeezes through a gap and does more than squeeze through a gap. Squeezes a 5-hole, and then there was like a reverse commando roll to get back onto his feet.
I don't know, man. He was actually falling in that moment. As he walks in, he gets pushed to the side and actually falls. And we get a shot.
I don't know if that's a reverse commando roll, but that's what it looked like from here.
Steps in his inside shoulder and just managed to get it past for a goal.
2-1. 13:20 remaining in the second. Wow, Simon, that was intense.
Well, we know both teams are quite capable of that. They can burn on the speed.
Hung against Song, 21-on-21 briefly. Up against the board in corporate corner. Puck just needs to continue to move to the satisfaction of the officials. Shot fired, but saved there by Murphy, who makes it look easy. 13:05 in the second. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for WA. The Laurier brothers onto the ice together. Mickey Noddle, Daniel Kudelka. They look to clear it out. South Australia, WA there in some traffic. Pressured there by Ross. Ross fires as he was falling. Back in by Luca Laurier. They try to clear it out now left-hand side. All the way back down, up against the boards. Trinker back in the... Oh, they were trying to get it back into neutral ice. Mickey Noddle did a good job of keeping it in. Back into cafe corner now. Trying to clear it out. Kolov, Malcolm Smith. Up against the boards. Centering pass, clearing it out. Ross, right-hand side. It'll come all the way back down for Daniel Kudelka. 12:20 remaining in the second. 2-1. To WA. Here comes Kolov, just settling things down left-hand side. Some soccer skills on display. But Luca Laurier under some pressure. Finds Trinker near the half-boards. That'll come all the way back down. Mickey Noddle chasing the puck. Kolov chasing the puck, and that, Simon, will come back for icing.
Yeah, we know Mickey Noddle is quick, but he's probably not that quick to beat that. That puck was running hot down into the bottom zone. couldn't quite beat the icing.
Attacking zone face-off, WA to the left hand or glove side of Murphin. It'll come back now for Daniel Kudelka. Got options towards the right-hand side, clears it out. Clearing it out, Trinker back in the neutral ice briefly. Entering the zone, Ben Shearer. Contact up against the boards, Kudelka helps him into it. Getting shown the board is Captain Susha for WA. Zamboni corner, Zamboni out in 11.5. Across ice, finding Easton Shearer. Just electing to reverse the attack, not trying to go forward. They're going east-west instead of north. WA. Now South Australia look to clear it out. On the right-hand side, that'll come all the way back down. It'll be back now for Reader. Reader with it now. Reader looking to go towards the left-hand side primarily. Changes tack, goes towards the right, dropping off for Ben Shearer. But Shearer was under pressure for Mung. Left-hand side, almost out of play underneath the CCP. Daniel Kudelka now with it. Right-hand side, all the way back down, and that'll come back now for West, who is at the moment in this period defending the West. In front, Gavin was in front, got Len all over, couldn't get a shot on, couldn't get the puck near him. Here's Easton Shearer, just happy to dump it in, come off for a change. Zamboni corner, Hung comes on now. It'll come back now for Kolev. Reinforcements arrive, and that will come back for icing with 10:29 remaining in the second, Simon.
Yeah, good work with both Kolev and Telfer getting that back there, forcing South Australia back into their offensive zone with the icing. Well,
Zebra now, okay, it's all good.
She's good.
Attacking zone face off, Lamb will take it. We know that Easton Shearer has just come off. Up against the boards. 2-on-2 in the corner. Here's Nikita Loria now with it. Crossing all the lines, firing. Henderson got enough on it to steer it away. Still firing it in, dropping it off now for Gavin. Gavin slightly wide. Rebound off the back wall. They're zooming around like Energizer bunnies at the moment. All 10 skaters on the ice. It'll come back now for Daniel Kudelka. Up against the boards, back in the neutral ice. West Australia looking to set up. Lamb has to turn and chase. Centering, gets a good quality shot on Lamb. Gabriel Kudelka. Back now for Lamb. For Kolev. Lamb, Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in about 9.5 minutes. Trinker around a couple. Has some support on the right-hand side. Slightly too strong for McGrath. Possible stick holding here. Arms stay down. Back in the neutral ice. Opportunity Hong testing, chucking it off for Susha. Susha around one. Susha couldn't get around the second one in Murphin. South Australia clear it out. It'll come back now for Reader. Reader now with it straight up the hey diddle diddle. And that will come back down. Come back all the way down. 9 minutes exactly, Simon, 2-1.
Lots of back and forth, lots of fast skating. What we expect to see. I mean, these guys are quick.
Oh, special delivery for me in the CCP. How was that? Thank you, Michael.
Got your fish cocktails, bro.
Got my fish cocktails. Woohoo. There's a surprise. Say it with me, Simon. It's been a long tournament.
Oh, no. Yeah.
8:55 remaining. All the way back down. Kept in the zone by WA. Oh, great pressure by Susha, but an equal quality save there by Murphin. There's a bit of gathering in front of the net, but no harm done there.
Just managed to split that D and just even one-on-one battle.
Okay, I had a special delivery of cocktails to the CCP, and it wasn't executive producer Michael. This is interesting. Who's sending me food to the CCP? Back now for Jenna. Damboni corner. It will come back now. Battle up against the boards. Daniel Kudelka under there. It'll come towards the left-hand side. Jenna. Back now for Susha. That wouldn't happen in the AI. Back now, the Loria of the Luca variety. Gavin left-hand side. Trying to connect and just keeping it out on the net was Henderson. That, Simon, was so close to a South Australian goal.
Oh, lovely pass from wide from Gavin. Just all vision right into their dirty area, and it's very unlucky not to get onto it.
So I'm just holding the fish cocktail up in the air for recognition that it arrived for anyone over there who ordered it for me. I don't know who it is. I guess I'll find out eventually.
Probably someone listening to the past videos.
Oh, the advertising fee. Oh, mate, I've got a rider, I think, now. Back in the neutral ice, all the way back down. Malcolm Smith trying to attack his Ross. Malcolm Smith drives the net up against the goalie, out of the zone. He loses his stick. Murphin The puck went nowhere near him, so he had time to go back and get it off the skates there of Trinker. That will come all the way back down. Clearing it out, South Australia. Here's Trinker entering the zone, firing. Good save, Henderson. It will come back now for Kolev. Kolev with it now. Around one, around two, entering the zone. The Kolev Express is firing. Trying to find a lane, trying to find the departure platform. Telfer was under pressure. Lots of red shirts there. Bit of stick lifting, bit of holding. The penalty boxes have en masse, Simon, really remained empty. Nikita Laurie, a nice poke check by Malcolm Smith. Back in the neutral ice, Malcolm Smith with another opportunity. And now they look to clear it out. South Australia back in the neutral ice. Here's Gavin. Gavin with it now, getting sent wide. Up against Reader, no support there with Nkui. And that will come back right near the penalty boxes that have remained pretty much empty. Up the ice, Ben Shearer centering pass, couldn't connect with anybody. Easton Shearer comes onto the ice. It'll come back now for Reader. Reader in a good battle here in the slot, trying to clear it out. WA, 6.5 minutes remaining. Entering the zone, Easton Shearer stops, props, trying to find Reader. Couldn't connect. Gavin clearing it out. Back now for West. West near Cafe Corner. Cocktails are awesome. Left hand side. Good work. Laurier of the Luca variety. Fired in by West. That'll come back towards Zamboni corner. Daniel Kadelka with it now. It'll come back now for Reader. Reader under pressure by Noddle. Stretch pass on the left hand side. Pass intended for Hung. Hung with it. Kadelka. It'll come back for Nikita Laurier. 5:45 remaining. Not many whistles here, Simon.
No, we're a long stretch without a whistle from the, which is good, pretty good for free-flowing hockey.
Oh, absolutely. As the music starts pumping from one of the dressing rooms. Here we go. Nikita Laurier cutting in. It'll come back now. Here's Reader. High, wide, off the skates of the shin of Kadelka, and out to play at Zamboni corner. 5:23 remaining. 2-1.
Yeah, long stretch without a whistle, and it took a puck out of play for this to happen.
It's a bit of a fluky deflection, actually. We still could have been going. Hang on. So we're just sorting out who should be on the ice and who should be off the ice. Trinker and Nikita Laurier back onto the ice. 5:23 remaining. 2-1 the score. Run away again. Haslam now firing it out. Western Australia would really like to stay down here, Simon, and apply the pressure. South Australia trying to clear it out. Back towards neutral ice. Here's an opportunity now. Lamb up against the boards. Kolev. It will come back now for Dewar. Dewar with it near the door of doom. Kept in the zone. Centering pass. It'll come back now. Scott Dewar again. Has played in the AI recently. Trying to cross all the lines again. Dewar can't. Centering pass. It'll come back for Gabriel Kadelka. It'll come back down towards skate higher corner. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. The puck will eventually leave that corner. Up against the boards. As long as the puck's moving, the referees are fine with it. Now trying to clear it out. They clear it out in the neutral ice. It'll come all the way back down. No icing. Zamboni corner. Zamboni out in 4:14. It goes through to Murphin. Cleared out South Australia. Song should be able to clear it out now for South Australia. Centering. Tapped on there by Gavin. Back on the stick of Gavin. Up against Kolev. Kolev crunches Gavin up against the boards. South Australia with a bit of breathing space now. They just elect to go back and find Daniel Kadelka. Got opportunities left hand side. Dumps it in. And that will come back. Calls of change for the WA boats on the harbour. It'll come back now for Trinker. There's actually, I think from memory, Simon, Secret Harbour in WA. That's not so much of a secret, just to the north of Perth.
Okay.
That'll come back underneath the central commentary position. Luca Laurier against Ross. It'll come back now for Trinker. I know there's a Hilry's Harbour, that's for sure. Centering, nice long stretch pass. Intended target, Easton Shearer. Shearer was slightly off target. Slightly in the wrong place at the wrong time. Daniel Kadelka with it now. 3:05 remaining in the period. Easton Shearer was certainly great into freeze up against Daniel Kadelka. And that will come back now all the way back down. Firing it out. Here's an opportunity. Laurier of the Nikita variety. Air swing, feathered touch. Now gets power drive. Flung out all the way down. And that, Simon, thankfully, will come back for ice with 2:41 remaining in the second.
Yeah, amazing work by Laurier there. Just fanned on the first shot, but managed to get a really clean shot on the second. Big save and forcing WA to down it for an icing.
Attacking zone face-off coming up and flung into play. Kept in the zone just by South Australia. It'll come back now left-hand side. Ben Shearer under pressure, centering pass. Couldn't find anybody in yellow. Here's an opportunity for Gavin. And it's 3-on-1. It's like seagulls fighting over a chip. That'll come back down, dumped in by Sushi. He'll come off for a change with 2:15 remaining in the second period. Back now for Reader. Reader now, puck deflects. Flung out, backhanded shovel there by Lamb. Looking to fling it in, they do, South Australia. Back now come for Kolev. There are 2 minutes remaining in the second period. It will come back now. Kolev has got some wheels. Kolev trying to split the Kadelka brothers. Did a good job of it, by the way. Out of the zone. And here's Nikita Laurier off to the races. Race one at Broadmeadow. Close call there. We have a whistle. The net's off.
Oh my goodness, Laurier has some wheels. Sees the opportunity and just puts on the afterburners.
Bunny in motion.
Really unlucky not to put that in net.
After all this, Simon, it's only 12 shots on 9 in favour of WA, which is a little bit surprising considering the action.
Yeah, it's
Pardon me, Trinker gets sent wide, Zebra down. Okay. Back now, Daniel Kadelka. Left-hand side. Trying to find Laurier of the Nikita variety. Kolev in good position. Cafe corner, Mickey Noddle. Cleared out WA. Nikita Laurier round a couple, entering the zone, trying to get around the third. Couldn't, just throwing the puck in. WA trying to get out of their defensive third. There is 1 minute remaining in the second period. It'll come back now for Luca Laurier. Sushi coming onto the ice amongst others. Daniel Kudelka with it, 51 seconds remaining. Mickey Noddle was almost an obstacle there for Kudelka of the Daniel variety. Could have been a couple of slashes there by Hung. Centering past Trinker. Ballooned and ricocheted, still in the zone. Gavin trying to split them. Back in the neutralised. Kudelka of Daniel trying to flick it in. Here's an opportunity, but Gavin's there. Centering. 25 seconds remaining of the period. Lots of action for both teams as they try and clear it out. 18 seconds remaining. Trinker around one, avoided the hit. Trinker has got Noddle for company. There's Noddle, couldn't really get a good shot on. That will come all the way back down for Gabriel Kudelka. And that will see us out for the second period. 2-1 WA. WA leading shots on 12-9. Simon, what were your thoughts for that period?
Well, I think you make it right. There's not a lot of shots, but geez, there's a lot of action. Back and forth. Both teams are highly skilled at carrying the puck. Both teams are highly skilled at stealing away the puck. So lots of takeaways, lots of giveaways. that we've seen back on both ends of the ice.
So having a look at the goal scorer so far, Simon.
Yeah, so 1 goal scored in that second period to Cody Reader, unassisted for WA's second goal. So yeah, it's certainly an exciting match, and we got another period to play. So it's tight, and as we would expect, and I think that makes it a good game.
Absolutely, Simon, it is. The Zamboni is on the ice. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. WA are leading this one. It's an arm wrestle, 2-1 against South Australia. Back in about 10 minutes. Back. Welcome back to the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium for this third and final period in what has been a very, very interesting battle here between WA on screen now against South Australia. Very, very narrow game. 2-1 lead to South Australia. Still anybody's game. Eric Brook and Simon Ginting's with you. Simon, hello.
Hello, Eric. Good to be back after the ice clean. I really feel like this could be anyone's game, legitimately. There's only one goal. There's only 3 shots difference between the two teams. So it's really, really tight, and it's been back and forth for the first 2 periods.
Just interesting. Can you please check the box score for me? If I'm not mistaken, the only penalty may have been that illegal equipment penalty.
Yeah, it is, and it's been labelled as a delay of game on the official scoreboard. Yes, the only penalty. So refs have been keeping the whistles quiet during the game. So, I mean, this game has been going pretty quick because there's been very minimal stoppages.
It certainly has been. Having a look at both nets, Henderson up on the top of the screen for WA and Zach Murphin on the bottom of the screen for South Australia. All the action that you can see here, Thought Fox Media Group and also in Arena Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. And we're just about underway, ready for the third and final period of action. And we're underway again. And that will come back now. Kolov back now for Easton Shearer. Easton Shearer trying to get around Mickey Noddle, but Noddle was good resistance. WA keeping it out of the end. And that will come all the way back down. Safety first. Luca Loria now. Cafe corner, found out who I got the fish cocktails. Actually, it was the man who delivered them to me, so that was awesome. Back now, South Australia looking to clear it out via Daniel Kadelka. Mickey Noddle can't do anything about that one. Shot fired from distance, and we have a whistle.
Yeah, Michael's a good man. His son was part of the winning DeFreeze New South Wales team, Sam Bryan. So.
I've had 3 interactions with 3 guys called Michael in about 3 minutes. And they're all different. Attacking zone face-off coming up now for WA. Lamb will take it. West just managed to keep it in. Absolutely flirting with danger on the blue line. No doubt about that one. It'll come back now for Toby Reader rather. Back now, Hong entering the zone on the left-hand side. It'll be left now for Daniel Kadelka. Checked there by Lamb. South Australia looking to get it out of their defensive end. Back now for West. All the way back down in towards Cafe corner. Cleared out by South Australia. Back in towards neutral ice. On the attack now. Just happy to dump it in. It will come back now for Gavin. Gavin with it now. Centering it and sending it towards the left-hand side. Slightly hemmed down here. Daniel Kadelka looking for the... Well, actually, it wasn't Kadelka on that occasion. It was Von Enham. So they're getting hemmed down here. Lamb applying the pressure. Now they need to clear it out. Malcolm Smith continues to hold the pressure for WA. And they come back down here now. Trying to centre out of the zone. WA have to retreat. 13-10 remaining. Reader entering the zone. Gabriel Kadelka. Western Australia, they spent a lot of time down here but haven't put any real pressure on Murphy. Now they clear it out. They clear it out into traffic. It was good work, Nikita Loria. 12:50 remaining in the third. Centering pass, finding Trink, who was in traffic. King William Street is congested in Adelaide on a Friday. Up against the boards. And they'll come all the way back down for Nikita Loria now. On the attack, they need somebody in front. They do have somebody in front there. Lots of excitement from the South Australian bench there. West battling in the corner, skate higher corner. That will come all the way back down. Daniel Kadelka with it now. Looking to go left, goes left, enters the zone. Trinker fires past the outstretched glove of Henderson. Kept in the zone by Luca Loria. Takes a late hit. Susha gets the back check. I think those two are marking each other at the moment. That registration plates have been taken. Back now for Susha. Susha entering the zone. dropping it off, but it was slightly off target for Ben Shearer. Out of the zone, physicality going up, the heat in the building rising. Easton Shearer avoided that hit. It was well done by Scott Dewar. Back for Telfer, cross-ice pass, and they managed to clear it out into neutral ice. Here's Easton Shearer now, dropping it off now for Susha. Susha putting on the afterburners, centering pass, but nobody in the slot for WA that can convert. Lots of end-to-end hockey, no icing. Fair battle up against the boards. One player down there, it was Gavin for South Australia. West Australia looked to clear it out. Trying to centre, finding Susha and Trinker. Trinker gets the better of that little battle. Entering the zone, getting sent wide. Here's Trinker. Heavy contact there. The Western Australian bench loved that one in my right ear. Here's Susha now, trying to cross the line into attacking zone territory, but he can't. Late check there, possibly from Dewar against Reader. Trying to clear it out now near the South Australian bench. Down the right-hand side of South Australia, they'll come back now for Reader. Clearing it out, trying to find Lamb. There's Lamb with it, crossing the lines. Nikita Loria, battle against the half-boards. Mickey Noddle's got some space on the right-hand side. Centering, you could have taken yourself, Mickey. Look how much open ice you've got. 10-20 remaining, 2-1 in the favour of Western Australia. Hung happy to fling it back in. Corporate corner, Door of Doom. Western Australia getting out of their in numbers. Coming down the right-hand side. Here comes WA entering. Lamb, Hong fires. Cleared out. Here's Noddle up against Jenner. Noddle backing himself with some speed, but Haslam was good. Back now for Daniel Kudelka with it. Looking left, continuing left, out of the zone. Tapped on there by McGrath. Here's Gavin. Gavin fires, and a great save by Henderson. 9:37 remaining, 2-1 to Western Australia.
Lovely shot from Gavin. Putting on the Jets, we've seen him do a couple of really fast runs in this game. He's certainly got some wheels. Interesting that WA were able to keep South Australia in their zone a long time, but you're right, there weren't too much pressure in terms of shots.
Looking to apply the pressure now with South Australia. Ben Shearer back into the zone, finds Easton Shearer. No look pass for nobody. It'll come back for Mickey Noddle. He'll just dump it in. It'll pinball towards corporate corner. Flung out of the zone. Might have been better leaving that out of the zone. Ben Shearer tapped on, kept in the zone by Mickey Noddle. Noddle in some traffic now. Spins around 360, centering. Did find somebody in front. Very close from going in. It was Nikita Loria in front. Out of the zone now. And it will come back to the blue line of South Australia's defensive end. It'll come back now for Kolav. Trinker near the penalty boxes that have remained basically unoccupied. There's a rental crisis in Australia and nobody's in the boxes, Simon. That could get $250 a week easily for that small space in Newcastle. Yeah. Up against the boards now. Good work, Susha. Right-hand side, centering. Here's an opportunity for Hung. Under pressure, spins out of a hit from Gavin. Luca Loria centering. Ben Shearer in the slot. The puck's free, and now it's cleared out on the right-hand side. That will come all the way back down. Firing was Susha. Captain Susha Hung. Back into neutral ice. Opportunity here for South Australia if they can take it. Gavin had to watch the offside. Firing, the puck's free. Gavin couldn't quite connect the first time, connected the second time. Western Australia trying to clear it out all the way back down for icing. It's like game 45 million, and that finally comes back for icing.
And again, that name, Gavin, comes up. A couple of nice shots. It's given the physicality of the game, it's remarkable that the penalty boxes have remained empty. The poor Tuckies who are manning well, I guess they've got the best seat in the house and they don't have to do any work.
Absolutely. Back into the attacking zone of South Australia. Only one penalty, and that was for illegal equipment. And for this level of physicality as well, all the players have been relatively well behaved. Back now for Ben Shearer. finding some support on the left-hand side. Susha comes in high and wide. No action required there by Murphin. It will come back now. Centering pass on the attack. Kolav. Saved by Murphin.
Oh, that's probably their first shot on goal in a very long time.
You can pass it all around you want, Simon, but not getting it on net isn't going to win your hockey games. WA are leading 2-1.
So I think it may be a testament to South Australia how good they are at pushing WA wide.
Oh, absolutely. Attacking zone face-off. WA now right-hand side. Cafe corner. Readers on the blue line. Easton Shearer in some traffic. Sending it wide. Centering Park. Haslam. Centering again. Cafe corner. Back now for West. West now. That'll come back. And South Australia now on the attack. Nikita Loria crossing the lines, trying to duck in. There in numbers. There's a lonely missing stick at centre ice. It'll come back. They found its owner now. It'll come all the way back, clearing it out in the slot. Dewar had his pocket picked by Haslam. Ben Shearer. Heavy contact up behind the net there. The net camera would have shook greatly, deflected out of play. And all the sticks go flying behind us at the WA bench. That wasn't us, we promise.
Yeah, WA starting to slowly but surely starting to get some shots and establishing some pressure in terms of potential goals.
And of course, WA are ahead 2-1. I did warn you, although we do have another game to go, I have been involved in a fair few shootouts so far, Simon, so might be in for some OT. Back up against the boards. Telfer firing from distance. And that was really well saved. He had Daniel Kudelka and one Western Australia immediately in front of him, but Murphin had enough eyes on it and holds. Attacking zone face-off coming up for WA. Susha will take it against Song. Clearing it out, trying to find neutral ice. Kept in the zone by Susha. South Australia trying to clear it out. Lots of open ice for Daniel Kudelka on the right-hand side. Kudelka crosses all the lines. Almost goes 200 foot or 60 metres. Back now for Hong. Clearing it out. All the way back down. Settle down for Nikita Loria now. Pursued by Lamb. Puts Lamb aside. Lamb comes back for time number 2. Here's Lucas Gavin trying to get around leader. Good opportunity there from Gavin and well stopped there by Henderson. Boys coming together for a chat. A little bit of pushy shoving, nothing hopefully in that. 5:51 remaining, Simon. 2-1 WA.
So a real arm wrestle. We're watching a real arm wrestle.
Hang on. Penalty box doors are about to open. Reader enters a misconduct. So we've gone from basically nothing to a misconduct. We'll get that confirmed, but 100% a misconduct against Reader for WA. 2 minutes on the power play clock coming up for South Australia. That, Simon, could have been avoided.
Yeah, it's a sort of penalty that doesn't really need to happen. I hope we didn't jinx them.
West. Oh, I've jinxed players worse than that. Back now. Here's Trinker up near the door of Doon. Corporate corner. Needs somebody in front. Gavin's there and thereabouts. Nikita Loria didn't come close enough to him. Come back now for Daniel Kudelka. 95 seconds of the South Australia power play. They're just setting up for Daniel Kudelka. Right-hand side. It's a foot race. Good work there by Ben Shearer, clearing it out. No icing on the penalty kill. It will come back now and cleared out by Murphin. Back now to the WA defensive blue line and got some options. Telfer going the aerial route. Only as far as Loria, but had to wait for his team to come back on side. Here's Sushin out. Unfortunate deflection. Worked out okay for WA in the end. Luca Loria now. Pressure there by Haslam. 58 seconds of the power play remaining. Centering. WA there. Kept in the zone. Luca Loria. slightly wide. WA just need to clear it out. Off the glass. Kept in by Gabriel Kudelka, having the turn and chase. Both of the Laurier brothers combining with all the way back down. Safety first. Some good stick work there. And that will come back for icing because South Australia are at full strength.
Yeah, so confirmation of that penalty for Cody Reader. It's unsportsmanlike conduct, sorry.
Just for 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Lucky it's only for 2. Could have been a 2 and 10 quite easily, depending on what happened. Attacking zone face off. The 2 minutes is bad enough in this situation. Reader's a good player and should be on the ice rather than off it because of something that happened after the whistle, presumably. Back in the neutral ice. Gabriel Kudelka up near the penalty boxes. 10 seconds of the power play remaining. It will come back now and they'll try and clear it out. The penalty is just about over. Mickey Noddle now looking to enter the zone. Entering the ice now, back to 5-on-5. Katie Reader centering. Opportunity, Luca Laurier up against Daniel Kudelka. Entering the zone, left-hand side. Pressure there by Kolov. Kolov in good position. Clearing it out all the way back down. No icing. It's a foot race. Ben Shearer first to the puck. Has he got any support? He's got Susha. He's got Lamb. He's got Telfner, who fires from distance. Goes wide. Back now for Reader. Reader up against the boards. It will come back for Susha. Centering. Clearing it out is Trinker. Left-hand side, 3:12 remaining. Avoids the hit. All the way back down. South Australia will need to get desperate soon if they want to get a goal back. Certainly, Simon, not through the lack of trying from South Australia's point of view.
No, absolutely not.
Mickey Noddle. Back now for Nikita Laurier. Scott Trinker for company. Gabriel Kudelka receives that pass. Back now for Nikita Laurier. Battle in the corner. Susha. Zamboni corner. Opportunity here for WA. Losing his stick. Great soccer skills. There's a penalty coming. Let's see what the call's going to be. Slashing the call against Trinker. WA heading towards the power play. And, of course, that was probably the reason that Reader lost his stick.
Yeah, I definitely heard the whack.
Definitely heard the whack. Yeah. Lockie's not going to Skaters Network for a new one.
Yeah. Little loss of discipline towards the end of the game, but overall it's been a pretty clean game.
2:34 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock. Power play for WA. It will come back now. And here we go, Daniel Kudelka trying to clear the zone back into neutral ice. Therefore it is Telfer. Telfer with it now, just electing go all the way backwards. WA are in the box set, they're up by a goal and they're on the power play. Nikita Laurier kept out of the zone by West. Electing to go backwards at the moment. 97 on 87. Now they set themselves up. WA just need to keep it down that end of the ice for the next 2 minutes. There are 2 minutes remaining in the second period. That will come up off the skates of Susha. Worked out well back for Telfer. A minute 18 of the power play remaining. Entering the zone now. Getting sent wide, but they've gone offside. Minute 47 remaining on the big clock. Minute 13 on the small clock. Power play for WA, Simon.
Yeah, pressure's on. Shots equal with 15 apiece. But South Australia really need to start scrambling and get some pressure down in the WA end.
Cafe corner. Here's Lamb in the corner. It will come back now for Gavin. 95 seconds remaining. Gavin speedy. Kept in the zone though by WA. WA on the attack. Cafe corner. WA up by goal. South Australia, they need to start climbing. Back for Kolov. Selects power drive. Deflected well and truly into the air. Gabriel Kudelka probably thought he was playing centre half forward for the Crows. Or the Power, whichever team he supports, if any. Might support somebody totally different. Firing from distance. Rebound. Attack, WA. Couple of opportunities. The puck's still free. They need to clear it out, South Australia. There is 1 minute remaining in the period. Colab keeps it in for WA. Here's an opportunity to Nikita Loria. Must score, you would think. Nikita Loria comes in. Oh, patience. What about Henderson? Wowee, mark that please. Wowee, Henderson, is that the save of the day? Is that the save of the tournament? Under the pressure with under a minute remaining. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5, 32 seconds. That might seal it for WA. They can go celebrate at Cottesloe Beach if they want. It'll come back for Colab. Zamboni corner. Mickey Noddle centering, trying to fire. In the corner, 15 seconds, flung out by WA. It will come back all the way, no icing. Empty net. Extra attacker on for South Australia. They're rolling the dice. It's back now for Reader. Flung in. They will run out of time. Mickey Noddle. And WA have done it.
What a game, what a Nikita Loria almost sealed the shootout opportunity right in the dying seconds, but massive save from Henderson. Here we go again, we see it all in the clear, getting some pressure though, and just somehow didn't manage to
a double pad stack. If that save doesn't get on Hockey Hype Australia next week, I want to have some words to GG and Doogie. Oh, wowee. Oh, wowee, Simon, what a game.
What a game.
Oh, this is how confident it was. That was going goalwards. Oh, replay there, system, that was fantastic. Actually marked as a goal on the replay system. Of course, that's been corrected and wasn't a goal. We do have a system of how we categorise replays. And convinced that was going in, hit the button, that gives you a certain amount of time, and of course that turned out to be a wonderful save from Henderson. If Henderson makes no more saves in hockey ever, and that's the last one, I can't believe it. I won't say I'm speechless because that's wrong, but wow, Simon.
That was, I mean, look, at the end of the day, that was replay worthy, regardless of whether it was a goal or not. That was absolutely replay worthy.
Stick taps all around. Yeah. What a fantastic game. No one deserved to lose that game.
Definitely not. And to be honest, looking at the standings, we're probably looking at the gold medal game at the end anyway, with WA and South Australia at the top, followed by New South Wales and Queensland. So ACT and Victoria to end the day. Simon will be back shortly for that game. Congratulations all round to Western Australia. They can line the Nullarbor with all the flags they want there because that was fantastic. 2-1 to WA. Eric Brooks, Simon Gintings and the entire Thought Fox crew. Thank you. We'll see you back for the next game. Bye for now. See you soon.